Thank you for choosing the Kegel maintenance videos. Today we will be replacing the neoprene tubing in the cleaner pump assembly from your Atlas Pro lane machine. I've taken the liberty of loosening the 4 knurled screws on top of the pump, which we will remove and place to the side. You'll also see your key attached to one of the screws. Place the key to the side as we will use this for installation of the new tube. I've taken the liberty of placing a rag beneath the cleaner tip, and we will also want to place a rag beneath our feed lines to prevent any drips. We will now want to disconnect the fittings from the neoprene hose. Pay close attention to the orientation of the feed lines. The feed line from your cleaner tank and the feed line going from the pump to your cleaner tip. To release, compress the gray collar and pull. Doing the same on the other side. With the fittings released, we can now remove the pump assembly from the machine, being careful to watch for any excess drips. With the pump out of the machine, we will now want to remove the old neoprene hose. Paying attention to the orientation of the elbows, we will gently separate the bells and place to the side. Undo the hose from the bell assembly and discard. Take your new tubing and the top portion of the bell assembly. Place the tubing with the elbow facing up about halfway into the pump. Gently push the tubing past one of the bearings into the crevice. Take your key and slide over the shaft assembly. Rotate and remove your key. With the tubing in line and the elbows facing up, we can now add the bottom portion of our bell. Being careful not to pinch the tube between the bell. And squeeze tightly. If for some reason you do not have your key, you can still install the tube relatively easily. Take the top portion of the pump along with the bearing assembly. Line up one of the bearings at the top portion of the pump. Take your tube and with that top bearing, put the center of the tube into the bell. Using your thumbs, work the pump past the bearing and push in. Do the same around the rest of the assembly, gently pushing in. Once there, place the tube in the grooves and make sure they are even. If they are not, give them a gentle tug. Once complete, take the lower bell, slide it over the shaft, making sure our tube stays in the groove. And gently squeeze shut. Before reinstallation, we will want to make sure our bearing shaft is in line with our motor shaft. If not in line, use a flathead screwdriver and turn the bearing shaft until in line. Place the pump assembly through the wall. Once fully seated, insert the 4 screws and finger tighten. Once all finger tight, snug with a flathead screwdriver, being careful not to crack the assembly. With our pump back in place, we will now want to reconnect our feed lines, referring to the orientation when we began the video. You're in line from the cleaner tank on the right side, and your outline on the left side to the cleaner tip. Note that the pump rotates in a counterclockwise direction. Once your lines are connected, run a cleaner calibration test to verify the correct output. If you need assistance in doing so, see our cleaner calibration video.